What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kamon. Taking you guys a deck profile of PK, Adventure, Horus, whatever you want to call it. And I gotta admit, bro, this deck is sick, bro. With the new Horus support, bro. Ooh, it's so broken. I've been playtesting it all day today, and I'm just like, yo, this is kind of nuts. Like, so now you finally have more room to like fix dead hands and whatnot, and like you can like also punish your opponent for trying to get rid of your field. We all know what the Horus stuff does. Now with the like new Horus monster and the new field spell, it's even better. And the best part about it is like they can't really stop it. The only downside I can say about this is you do play more into Droll and Lockbird, sure, but it's like you're still playing PK. PK doesn't lose to like Droll, and Droll isn't the end all be all. The only thing you have to actually do is play like your opponent always has Droll. You know what I mean? If you play like that and you can make your normal field and plays, then you're good to go. And if they don't have Droll, it's GG. So some of the fields you are going to make is going to be super good. And if you do have the chicken in your hand, busted. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to show you guys the main, extra, and the side, because why not? I love y'all. And yeah, let's get right into it. So this is actually a 41 card list. It's not 40, it's 41. Because honestly, 41 and 40 doesn't really make that much of a difference to me anymore. And like having that extra card in here does help out a lot. So what I got in here, I'm going to show you guys, very standard for the PK stuff. 3 Torn Scales, play him at 3 at always. He's one of the best ones. This is a true one card starter and a true 1 card combo, essentially. So, yep. 3 of him, and then obviously 3 Silent Boots. I gotta get these secret pretty soon, bro. I gotta match the brother. So 3 Silent Boots, 2 Cloak, and then the 1 Ragged Gloves. I'm not running Torn Scale, not Torn Scales. What's it called? Stained Greaves. I'm not running Stained Greaves because I don't think you really need it anymore. Believe it or not, this has turned into more of a Horus deck. You know what I mean? Just with the little PK engine. This is great, phenomenal. I like this. Run this card at 3. I think you can, but I don't think you need to. Can and needing are 2 different kind of things. So I think this lineup is just fine. Again, I got to get these bad boys secret sooner than later. So that's it for the PK stuff. Now for the Adventure stuff, which is only just these cards, which is 3 Enchantress, and then obviously the 1 Griffin Rider. This card is never really a brick because you can still summon it for free from your hand, kind of like Fenrir, and then just do what you want to do after that. So, yeah, the engine is super good in here. This is how you make a early negate so you don't lose to like Nib. Then you keep playing. Even though this deck doesn't lose to like Nib like that, it's still early. It's still a good card to actually have against Nib. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just these. This will never change either. I like this package in here, and just the Horse engine makes it just 10 times better, bro. Like 10 times better, you feel me? So that's it for those. Level 3. I kind of want to play goblins too, bro. I don't know, like the whole level 3 rank 3 goblin stuff, that looked kind of cool, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of cool. So now let's go on to the other stuff. I'm still actually rocking 3 Fenrir. I think Fenrir is too good of a card to actually take out. It's a free card, you summon it out, and then you can search it out for another copy of itself. So yeah, and it's funny because Fenrir becomes a even better card in this build with the field spell, because if you guys do not know what the field spell does, you can add 1 Horus monster from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So you can literally go summon Fenrir, Horus Fenrir effect search. If they don't troll you, Horus field spell effect search out an M-Seti, place the extra Fenrir from your hand to the bottom of your deck, and you're good to go. Like, it replaces itself, which I think now this build, it can like replace a lot of cards, you know what I mean? So whenever you actually draw into your like bricks or your dead cards, the field spell can fix that for you. So yeah, plus Fenrir is just a good card overall. If it wasn't Fenrir, I would definitely be running talents, but I think Fenrir is a bit better because like your opponent has to deal with it. I summon this card and they're just like, damn, I gotta deal with this card. So yeah, 3 Fenrir, and we are running hand traps actually. 3 Ash Blossom, just 3 Ash, good card to run. It's very good, this format. Only thing I hate about Ash Blossom is it's a fire, so they can literally summon out their fire charmer, then bring it back. You know what I mean? But it is what it is at that point. If you got it, you got it. You know what I mean? So yeah, just 3 Ash. I wouldn't run this card. I would not run this card this format. It's very good going forward this format. This and Droll are the best ones. Ash is just a good generic card that hits everything. Droll does not hit everything. It hits a lot more things this format, sure, but I like having Ash just in case too. So 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, but if you want to run Droll over Ash in the main deck, you can do so also, but I don't know. I like Ash because like you're only not gonna just fight Fire King. You're gonna fight like Labyrinth, you know what I mean? And like you can Ash the freaking Big Welcome or whatever it's called, and you're good to go from there. Thunder, etc., etc. Plus, half the time Thunder's always gonna have freaking Shifter, so it is what it is. So now for the Horus engine, which is why this deck is good, we are running 3 Mseti, best card obviously, the 1 Blessings, the 1 Happy, and I did put in Horus the Black Flame Deity, baby. So I know what some of y'all thinking, like, oh, you're running more Horus engines, aren't these bricks besides Mseti? These cards are not bricks, especially this card. This card, I'm telling you now, this card is busted. There are so many people who were saying this card is bad, it don't do anything. This card does a lot in this deck, bro. I'm gonna be honest. So we all know what Mseti does. Put your card and hit this from your hand. Search the spell card, draw a card. Sure, cool. Every Horus monster besides this has a on-field effect where something is sent to the graveyard on your field, or something leaves the field on your field. You get to activate this. Send a card on the field to graveyard. Doesn't target. Draw a card for every monster in your main monster zone. Shuffle back 2, banish and or cards in the graveyard. Either add to your hand or back to deck. Right? Cool. We know what those do. Cool. But now this card right here. Honestly, this card is legit so broken, bro. It's so good. So it has 2 effects, right? The main effect is if it's in your hand, I'm just gonna read it just in case. So if you control a Horus monster and a King Sark, you can reveal this card in your hand, then send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Send 1 card on the field to the graveyard, right? So that doesn't target. That effect alone is very, very, very good, because if like you're always gonna have a King Sark and a Horus monster on field, so then this can activate and this can get rid of like problematic cards on your opponent's field. And the best part is it doesn't target, and the best part, this activates in hand. So when you activate it, you send whatever it is you want to a graveyard, and then you activate this. So your opponent has to respond to it then and there. Then if they say, okay, sure, it summons and then it sends a card on the field to grave, doesn't target. So because it doesn't target, they have to respond to it while it's in your hand now. You know what I mean? So that's good as it is. And the other effect, which is very, very, very broken, if a face-up Horus monsters you control except Horus the Black Fang Deity, or if face-up King Sark you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, except their damage step, obviously, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. You know, you each effect once per turn. So that's pretty good, because again, that also activates in hand. So if they have like a SP on their field, you know what I mean? If they go like, I don't know, MST your freaking King Sark, you know what I mean? Or if they go SP, summon SP, banish King Sark, you can go, okay, deity effect, summon freaking hand. If they let this resolve in hand, it summons and then it sends everything. So like, it does it because that's all one effect. You know what I mean? It's not like you just summon okay effects or anything. No, it's all one effect. So they would have to respond to the effect activating in hand. So if they do not, like, if they can't tag out, obviously, it's going to summon and then wipe the board. So that's very, very, very good. So this, I use this for more of a protection card. Like, oh, I'm going to get hit by something, I better have this in hand. So it's like, even when I have a very, 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 very big field, even if you evenly me, even if you lightning storm me, or you know, dark rule or whatever, you know, MST something, you know, kaiju me, I'm gonna have this in my hand to be like, okay, cool, boop, send everything else. You know what I mean? Every other monster, which is very, 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 very good, bro. And it's cool because like if you face other Horus monsters, like a Horus deck, and they go enter battle, attack over this, send it to graveyard with their spell card, you can go, okay, cool, summon out, send everything else to the graveyard. So it's pretty much Zeus, but only for monsters. So I actually really like this card. If you don't like this card like that, I understand you don't got to run it, but me, I like the card, so I'm going to run it. I think it's very, very good. Only thing I hate about it is a fire type, but that's about it. It's still a cool card. I like it. So that's it for the monsters. Spell cards. 3 King Sark, and then 2 of the Walls of the Imperial Tomb. Even though this is here, I wouldn't run this card at 2. 3 and 2 for me, perfect number. We all know what King Sark does. Best card, obviously. We're in the 3. Walls of the Imperial Tomb. This card is busted. So it has actually 2 effects. So 3 effects technically. So while on the field, it is treated as your King Sark. So therefore, if they want to get rid of this and keep this, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much energy. So on the field, it is King Sark. So that's number 1. Effect number 2. You can during the main phase, you can add 1 Horus monster from your deck to your hand. Then if you do, place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So you can literally search out anything. If you want to get the M Seti, get the M Seti, place a card down. If you want to just get this, you place a card. You know what I mean? Like, it's super, super good. Third effect, which is secret effect. If you activate the effect of your Black Flame Deity, you get to draw a card. So that's cool because you can actually chain block. So let's say they get rid of this. You have this on the field. You can go chain link 1, the Flame Deity, chain link 2, Imperial Order. So it chain blocks. So you're gonna draw a card, cool, summon this out, send everything. And it, again, this doesn't target, so they have to respond on like this card here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it seems kind of silly, whatever, but I'm telling you, this card in here is super broken. And the best part about it is, right, I like it because, you know, we're still running the freaking right engine in here. I run 1 of each. I don't run this card at 2. I run it at 1 because it's searchable and it's recyclable. There's been many times where I would actually draw 1 of these, and I have this, activate this, add M Seti, and I put like this card back. You know what I mean? Or I put this card back. A card you don't want to have in your hand, put it back. So again, this card can actually fix a lot of hands. So I do try running it, bro. I think this card's kind of sick, bro. All I'm saying. So, and then obviously, yep, you know, the right package here. You know, I think this is enough. People run this card at 2, and I get why. I get it. But my thing is this: like, you can search it out anytime you want to. If it's in the graveyard, you can get it back from the graveyard. So, you know, why play it at 2? Just play it at 1, bro. You will always have access to this because of the M Seti. You know what I mean? Because of this, because of your Cherubini, etc., etc. Like, so I don't see why you want to run this card at 2, but running it at 1 for me is just fine. I like it. So that's it for those. And then obviously last spell card is obviously the one called by the grave, because, you know, why not? I'm not running Rhoda because Rhoda does play more into Droll, and I don't really think you really need Rhoda anymore because again, you're playing Horus in here too. Like, I'd rather draw this over Rhoda, if I'm being honest, because like I'd rather get M Seti. Like, getting the M Seti is key to most of your wins because you do a lot of stuff with the M Seti. So yeah, Called by the Grave is really good because Droll slows down this deck, because if you go field spell, search, and then they go Droll, you're kind of cooked. But Called by is mainly for that. You know what I mean? Now for the trap cards. Trap cards we are main decking 3 Imperm, because again, playing on your opponent's turn is super good, so why not? That's 6 hand traps. 3 Fog Blade. I like this card at 3, and then obviously the 1 Wings. I'm not running Staying Greed, or I'm not running the freaking trap card that makes it a monster. I'm not running that card. I don't think I really need it. And yeah, I like this lineup here. The reason why I'm still running this card at 3, because there's been many times where I would draw like 1 in the like start of the like draw phase, and then it's super annoying because like if you go Vampire Lord, Vampire Knight, whatever, and then you mill the second one, you can't search it out, and you can't send it off of, and you can't place it off of your Rusty. So I like running this card at 3 because I don't want to. I want to have options to actually, you know, get to these. Plus, they're good in the graveyard, sure, but I want to set one anyways because of Rusty. So that is it for those. Boom, boom, boom. That's the main deck. Solid 41 cards. Let's go on to the extra deck, which is right over here. Starting off with the links, we are playing the 1 Cherubini, obviously. Good card, why not play it? You know, can't really complain about Cherubini. best card. It does send for cost, so do keep that in mind if you can. So 1 Cherubini, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 the Dark Charmer, and then 1 Rusty. That's it for the links. I actually cut IP because I never summoned it. I cut IP for something else in the extra, which is pretty good. But that's it for the links. This is all you really need. That's all I ever really go for. Yeah, I mean, everyone's playing a dark of some sort, so you know it's always live. Exceeds. We are playing the 1 Legionnaire. Don't cut this card. This card is too good. It's part of your SP combo and to bring stuff back, recycle. It's too good of a card to cut, in my opinion. So 1 Legionnaire, and then 2 Break Sword for the rank 3s. I would never run this card at 1. 2 is just fine. Yeah, that's it for the 3s. For the 4s, obviously, 1 Raider's Knight, and then for the 5s, 1 Archibellion Xyz Dragon, OTK Machine. You just win. I don't know, bro. You just win with these. You know what I mean? I can't complain too much about those. Now for the 8s. This is where it gets kind of cool. We are running the 1 number 68 Sky Prison. This card is busted versus Fire Kings, and you can make this. You know what I mean? Like against Fire Kings, the Chimera deck, all that. Anything that has something to do with graveyard to move it, you just boop, summon this out, boop, activate, and then you're good to go from there. And the effect does actually linger, so they can't use the new Princess Fire card, whatever her name is, forgot her name. They can't use that, and they can't summon anything from the graveyard off of like their Garunets, I think, or whatever it is that summons from the graveyard. They ain't doing it. This hits PK decks, a lot of stuff. So yeah, the one Sky Prison, pretty good. For other 8s, we are running the 1 Photon Lord. It is getting a reprint. It was announced today, so, or yesterday, I guess, time of recording this. So one of these, the 1 Buzz King. Buzz King's pretty cool. Why not run Buzz King? You want to win in time and whatnot, and just kind of, you know, burn your opponent. Why not play the Buzz King? And then the 1 Zombie Vampire. These are the best 8s in the game, in my opinion, so why not run them? If you want to run Hope Harbinger over one of these, you can, but I like these. Meta-defining, good negate, burn, Zombie Vampire, just, you know, play through a lot more things. Even under Droll, this card is sick, you know what I mean? So that is it for those. Last card you are running, obviously, the 1 Sky Crisis and then the 1 Zeus. There's been many times where I would go enter battle, summon Zeus, you know, effects, boom, and then just boop, plop, summon this out. You know what I mean? And then we're good to go from there. Like, Zeus is too good to play. So is Typhon. Definitely recommend. Typhon does not hurt the deck whatsoever. It only hurts your M-City effect in hand and your Horus monster in hand. But even then, you can still just summon the M-City for free, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's it for that. And now let's go on to the side deck, which is pretty powerful, in my opinion. Pretty powerful. So obviously, token here, you need the token for the adventure stuff. Cool. I get this off of Etsy, by the way. So yeah, just 1 token. For the side deck, it all depends on your local, obviously, of what you do want to actually side and like what's going on in the meta. So this is like a more meta defining side deck. The side deck can help out with the main deck and vice versa. So obviously we're starting off with 3 Droll and Lockbird. Again, best card in the format right now. Hits a lot of decks. So if you want to actually main deck Droll and not main deck Ash, you can make room for other stuff too, like Nib instead if you want to do that. But I'm just trying this out, you know, main decking Ash and siding this. But again, if I want to see more results or whatever, I think main decking this might be a little bit better on certain situations. So 3 Droll, 3 Ghost Spell, because again, it's a lot of decks this format, bro. Fire Kings, the Princess Chick in the graveyard, Labyrinth, you know what I mean? Like, it's too good to like not want to run in here. That's it for the monsters. Now for the spells, we are siding 2 Thrusts, because I think Thrust is such a good card going first, you know what I mean, in game number 2, because your opponent's always going to side in like a hand trap or whatever. So then hitting certain cards or setting certain cards is pretty good. Like I could set an imperm, I could set other things in here, and or going second is still super good also, because I could just go, okay, Thrust, give me that Lightning Storm, see you later. You know what I mean? Like, super good card. So Thrust, I'm gonna keep it right here actually, because everything else in the side deck is just Thrust targets. So for the Thrust targets, we are siding 2 Lightning Storm plus the 1 Duster, which is really broken. Back row decks, beware my power. 2 Evenly, and then 2 D-Barrier. I think this card is still good, in my opinion. Sure, Rescuers can still play around it, but it's like, wouldn't they still play around Lightning Storm? You know what I mean? Because if they go, I don't know, activate effect, and then you go Thrust, add Lightning Storm, they would still go, okay, activate, activate, activate. And so it makes no real difference to me. Like, they're both really good, and Rescuers can still play around both. You know what I mean? It's just, with this, I don't have a battle phase. Or with this, I don't have a battle phase. With this, I do have a battle phase. You know what I mean? So I can try to go for games. So, but I think siding both is still very, very, very good. Like, if they have a Baron, you can go, okay, cool. Lightning Storm, Baron Negate, okay, cool. Thrust, we're going to go get evenly match, enter battle, evenly match. Or if you're going first, like in game number 3, you go, I don't know, activate M-Steady, boom, boom, and then they go Droll, you can go Thrust, and you can set your D-Barrier, which is very, very good. It hits a lot of things, this format. Fusions, Exceed, all that stuff. Or if they go Asher, M-Steady, you can go, okay, cool, Thrust, set this card, so now you're not going to play, and then I can still play other things if I need to. But anyways, that's it, Deck Profile. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the video. See you guys next time, man. Have an awesome one. Peace.